Hello and welcome to another episode of Farming Simulator 25. As you can see, we have finally moved into the next part of the month, and well, we're in December, so yeah, quite it's Christmas time. What can I say? Let me just move that over there. Let's have a look there. We were just over halfway on a pallet there. Let's go down to here and see what we've got down here. Oh, sorry, my bad. I did not mean to do that. Let me just move them back forward. I've got to come down here anyway. I'm just trying to decide if I've got to bring a trailer, which yeah, we do have a couple of pallets. We've got a butter at 600, cheese halfway, goat cheese is nearly ready, buffalo mozzarella 700, chocolate is 414. So we have got one unsalted butter and one milk. So that's not the end of the world right now. We do need to move down the milk, yeah. I don't even think off the top of my head this is all going to fit in here. Milk will fit. Buffalo milk is, if it's more than 500, it won't fit. Buffalo milk will not actually fit in here. We have finally hit the fill point. Right, I'm just gonna leave that in there, and I'm just gonna tab out of the game and back in because my steering wheel. There we go, lovely. It was fine until I got into this tractor. Typical. So yeah, we've now officially got more buffalo milk than we can deal with, guys, and I think that's going to be a bit of an issue going forward because, well, long story short, we just don't have it to deal with. We just don't know how we're going to deal with it. That's the next problem. Yeah, a little bit, and yeah, it's not all gonna fit. I'm a bit concerned here. We did have another 8,000, nearly, and I mean nearly 8,000 litres of slurry as well. So we have got enough slurry maybe to finish off that field. There isn't much to do here, guys, so I don't see the point in being in this month much longer, like in December 1. We'll deliver this milk down, we'll move the wool out of the way. But yeah, overall, I don't see there being much point in being here. We're just kind of slurrying. But we can slurry in January. You know what I mean? I don't see the point in being in December too long. There's not much to do. There was nothing in the shop, which is a shame. Just want to double check this field. Yeah, everything needs lime. So, and I don't feel like we'd be liming in December with snow on the ground, but I already know what's going to happen, guys. If we go into January, or we at least go into December 2 today, the problem we're going to have is we're going to just let's be honest, it's just going to snow in it. That's the problem. So I'm trying to decide if it's worth staying in December 1 because the snow hasn't laid. If the snow lays, we're screwed and we'll have nothing to do in December 2. But we will have some pallets to move and stuff. So there will be something to do. There just won't be loads. Now, the next problem we're going to have here, guys, is buffalo milk. What are we going to do with all the excess buffalo milk that we cannot use? I don't even think there's a place we can sell it. Which is, I think, is another reason why it might be time to bring in a sell anything mod, so that we can literally sell anything. So let's get that into there. Let's get that into there, and yeah, I've got 272 litres left. That is, I should have come down here in the Ford. If I'd have come down here in the Ford, we could have maybe left this here for a little bit. It also did not take all of the milk. Oh my god. Oh, that is not... I'm not going to lie, that's not good, guys. That's really not good. Right, if you're wondering, guys, I did bring the fabric over here. I did bring the sunflower oil over here as well. To be honest, it was more just to stop it from causing any issues, really. don't think we need to put anything in there. I could maybe put half a bucket in each one. I don't see the point in putting half a bucket into each one. We can't exactly pick up half a bucket, but well, we kind of could, but it's, yeah, there isn't that much to do. Let me just nip over to the sheep. I think I do, in theory, need to take the goat mill down. That's a shame. Again, if I'd have taken a different tractor, I wouldn't have needed to, would I? Could have maybe taken it down. I need to get the I4 Williams trailers working on our barrel trailers. But yeah, we've moved everything for now. Just have a quick skeg in the production. Spinnery has got loads of wool. Grain mill is still going nicely. We might have to start using this dirt. I really don't want to, but let's have a look at one of these little sell points. We need something to sell at. We can place it anywhere. Maybe we sell it over here. At least that way the wool. What if we put in a little sell point down here? Let's have a look. No, that's massive. We don't need out like that. What if we just do something like this? There you go. That works for me. There you go. We've done it. We will pay for it. We won't just get the money back. There you go. With somewhere to sell the excess milk, the excess wool. It's a little bit closer to the thing. I just want to make sure actually we can sell there. Buffalo milk. We now have a sell everything. There we go. So it does actually sell. And it's worth how much? It's worth how much? Goat milk and cheese, we've got nearly 1,000 litres. So if we just go onto the dairy, yeah, we can technically take it down. So we'll do that in the next month, or in the next part of the month. Let's make it 8 o'clock. It'll be a bit brighter. There we go. So we are now into. Okay, we are still in December 1. We've just skipped into the same month like an idiot. Let's try that once again. Oh, guys, I tell you what. Heat wave today. It's literally bang on 9 o'clock. I'm recording early, and I mean early for a reason. We are expecting heat waves in the 30s today where I am, and I'm on the coast. What did I tell you was going to happen? What did I tell you was going to happen? It's the snow killing my frames, guys. It's the snow. The snow kills my FPS for some reason on this map. Whoa. Hello. All this, by the way, guys, is to sell. We have over a pallet of... we have over a full pallet of this now as well. That is ridiculous. 72 litres in there. Right, so we've got a little bit to do now, which is better. I'm going to just come down here. I'm just going to go into there. And I'm just going to go into there. Why aren't we selling... Did the buffalo milk... Right, so the buffalo milk still doesn't all fit. That sounds about right. I can't wait any longer. I cannot wait any longer. Let's just leave that in there and we'll deal with that in the next episode. Yeah, just give you all a heads up. If you are a member of the channel on YouTube, you will be getting access to Wednesday's video tomorrow, which is Tuesday. And I will also be recording and uploading Thursday's video because I cannot record on Wednesday. It is my awesome wife's birthday and she wants to do stuff. So yeah, just giving you all a little bit of a heads up that we're going to have a very, very couple of days where you'll get some videos early. I now no longer can slurry. So that's completely gone out of the window. I had a feeling this was going to happen. It happened last time in December 2 and January. We were covered in snow. Yeah, I've basically got this field on the left to finish slurrying, which is about 1 strip, and I've got this field here to do. The whole field needs slurrying. I need to lime it all. I've got so much I need to do, and the weather has just absolutely crippled me. Ideally I need to get the grass cut and more silage once again, but again, you can't do that in this weather. It's just terrible. What we'll do is we'll park these up over here, and then we'll go and sell all of the wool. I do just want to have a look at something. Sunflower oil is creeping back up a little bit. Fabric is creeping back up in price as well. Yeah, there will be a little bit. I could get this dairy working on the farm, guys, but it does 14 a month. If maybe I should have edited it and made it into a normal full-size dairy. That would have been better. Or even not even that, just like half the speed of a normal dairy. Just something that wasn't, to be quite honest, superb. Right, so we need the I4. Where are you? You are just up here. Absolutely lovely. We still don't have a manure spreader showing up in the shop, so we might have to look at buying one of those brand new very soon. But I am trying to avoid buying a new one because the amount of times we're going to use it, I would be more than happy with a second-hand one. So we've now got 4 pallets of sugar as well. That is looking good. Like I said, it basically gives us the equivalent of about 1 pallet per month. There might be a month where it gives us 2 because it does technically process just over 1. But it's coming along nicely. For a little production, it's coming along nicely. I didn't even see that wheelie bin. Why is that wheelie bin sticking out into the road? I tell you what, the bin men must have left it there. Now, if you're wondering why I'm blaming the bin men, guys, that is because where I live, the bin men do exactly that. They leave your wheelie bin in the road. Not even joking. But yeah, that's kind of why I said that. Right, let's go on here. If we start loading this wool up here, I'm going to take the goat milk with me, but we do need to unload the goat milk from the trailer when we get to the the new wool sell point. Mainly because at the end of the day we have to we don't want to sell the goat's milk. I want to put the goat milk into the dairy. But to give you all another heads up, this will be the last time we take goat's milk down to the dairy, because that will also be full. I don't even think it's going to fit in all what we have now. So I am a little concerned actually that our businesses are now, or our farm is now producing so much that the local economy can no longer cope with our supply. Which is another reason why I want to buy the bakery. I think the bakery, they'll take raw milk. That would obviously help. Rather than selling it to the dairy, we can just actually process stuff in the dairy. Plus then once we own the dairy, we can actually make some bread. By the way, the dairy doesn't, the dairy doesn't actually make much. I just want to give everybody a heads up. It is quite a slow, not dairy, bakery, sorry, bakery. The bakery is quite a slow production. But I just wanted to let everybody know that. I might actually have to come back here for the goat's milk, because this trailer is officially full, and I mean officially full. That is absolutely crazy. I cannot take any more than that. There we go. We have got 13,000 litres of wool, so we'll come back for the goat milk and we'll take that to the dairy separately, and then it saves messing around in the at the sell point. The good thing is the sell point is just up the road. Now this episode's kind of going to be about this. It was just a way of getting through December relatively quickly. There isn't really much to time lapse because I can't do any field work. But yeah, we're getting there. We are getting there. Yeah, this is probably the best place to put a sell point actually. How much do we weigh? 16536. Wow. I won't remember that. I've already forgotten. I've already forgotten. Right, so apparently this should just work nicely. Whoa. Okay, so the sell point only sells in the back half. That's very strange. But okay, we can live with that. I don't think them scales are working, guys, because those scales said we were only 2 ton lighter, but we had 13,000 litres of wool. I'm going to presume that was maybe wrong, unless wool doesn't weigh as much. But yeah, the good thing we're doing this now is we can take the goat milk down to the dairy, we can get it into the production, and then we can bring the dairy products back. We will have a few more products down at the dairy. We'll probably have another fabric as well. Fabric does seem to appear on the second half of every month. So we're just going to put that into there. We're just going to put that into there. And away we go. 88,158 pounds we now have in the bank. But yeah, we are well on our way to owning the bakery, and I am very happy with that. We don't need an oil mill because we've got the windmill. The windmill kind of made this series a bit too easy. What I might do is I might go into the mod and I might make a copy of it, and I might half the production. If I'm going to use this mod in other series, it makes sense to half it, because this is just making way too much. We want to be making it like a pallet a month, maybe 2 pallets a month. I don't know actually. Either that or we need to increase the price of the windmill. But then if you increase the price of the windmill, you might as well just use the normal production. Maybe we double the price of the windmill, set them to like 50,000, 50 or 60,000, and maybe we half. That's maybe what we do. We maybe double the price and half the production. That way we still get a good production out, but we are making, you know, we are still making something and paying a decent price for it. Right, that has been taken in there. I'm just checking the sugar. The sugar is, yeah, constantly sitting at 2,600. This dairy is absolutely brilliant, guys, but the capacity for storing the products that you deliver here is absolutely crap. So that's a bottled milk. Let's put the bottled milk together. We're gonna load this. We're gonna load this sensibly. There we go. Yeah, and I've been receiving a couple of comments saying like this series is kind of getting to the point where it's run its course, and I kind of know exactly where you're coming from, guys. I really, really do. But the problem I keep saying to you is, as far as I'm concerned, there's no other decent maps out, and I have got 1/2 maps. But the problem is, one, I want to keep for multiplayer because it's got some relatively big fields. It's got a couple of points for farms. Now, I know I keep talking about multiplayer and it's not technically fully set up, and I don't stream multiplayer, but I am planning on coming back to that. I'm just, at the moment, I've just got a lot going on with the house, and that's kind of where I'm at the moment. The house is still taking priority. We have officially been in our new house though for 1 year. and we have done loads. We've had new radiators fitted, we've had new plumbing work fitted, we've had some plumbing work taken out, we've had a new boiler in, we've had to change the drainage for the shower because we did have a problem with it. I've insulated the basement, I've decorated 90% of the house. It's just a couple of things not done, but the reason those things are not done is because, you know, I'm not decorating the hallway till my roof's done because we're having a new window put in the roof, and I'm just kind of giving you a heads up while we're driving what's going on really. And yeah, the new window we're having fitted is bigger, which means they're going to make a mess in the, like what I call the hallway and stuff going up and the landings and stuff. There's no point decorating it until, you know, that's done and been, you know, plasterers then come in and put us in a bigger window and then plastered boarded it all up so it looks nice again, and then we can decorate the house, you know, like the hallway. So yeah, it's kind of loads to do still, but yeah, we're having our roof replaced, and yeah, we decided to go last minute. We decided to go for a bigger Velux window, which they've had to order because I wanted a custom size one. But the reason why I'm having a new roof on is, one, there's no insulation in our roof. So last winter it was freezing for my lad, and two, sorry. And two, I'm getting solar panels to try and offset some of the electrical usage, because we use about 630 kilowatt hours a month in my house. Everyone in my house has a PC or a console. Some of them have both. So the electrical consumption in my house is absolutely ridiculous. So the solar's going to kind of help offput that and make things a little bit better for us. Alright, so what we're going to do, I'm leaving some sugar there, guys, although I don't think I'm going to really need it at the moment. How much is sugar worth at the moment? I don't really want to see it. Do you know what? Oh, hang on. Yes. Sugar's not a bad price, actually. We'll leave that there. I do need to put some fuel into the Deutzfahr. That has to definitely be done today. Let's get that in there, and let's get that on there. Oh, this silo is empty. We need some fuel. Let's get 1,000 litres. That's what we did last time, I think. Wow, we've used 1,000 litres. Right, where's the Massey? We'll use the Massey. We need to put some, a bucket of each into the production. Oh, there's a couple more pallets over here. We might as well get rid of these into here. There we go. Yeah, I told you we'd have another one of these. So basically, if I sold all this product at the best price, this here is the bakery bought. Honest to God, this is the bakery. Like, at best price, there's £40,000 in just... There is £40,000 in just the fabric alone. Gotta be careful here not to pick up... Yeah, definitely got to be careful here not to pick up any snow. Shouldn't really have the sugar beet out in public like this, but or in the open, but really don't have an option with it, to be honest. It takes about 36,000, so yeah, that is it. So one bucket a month. That is all we can really put into this. I do need to cut a little bit more sugar, by the way. Put a little bit more sugar beet, but right now that can be maybe next month's job, depending on if we got snow or not. Yeah, I feel bad when I do episodes where we don't tend to get much done, but you know, we are getting winter out of the way, and you know, it is very important that we get this kind of work done. Have a little look. I don't need any. there's no point doing any of these kind of jobs. Wood transport's maybe one job to do. That's probably as much as we can do. We could technically, in theory, plough that field, but I don't like ploughing when it snows. Let's have a look at the production. So goat's milk can take a bit more. Can take a bit more. Buffalo milk is that capacity at 1,500 litres. Buffalo milk production. We have that active. That's it. It would be nice if we could have made some standard cheese with the buffalo milk, but that's our problem. All we can do is that, and it only does 480 litres a month. We're now producing more a month than that, so we are going to end up having to sell just milk at the sell point. And that really is going to screw us. But buffalo milk, the only place we can sell it at is to sell everything mod. That's it. That's the only place. Canola oil, nope. Yeah, we're about £2,500 under the best price. So as it stands now, we'd lose about 10 grand. No, we won't. Yeah. Yeah, we'd lose about 10 grand in overall value. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we've got 9 of those. And technically, there's nearly, to be honest with you, at best price, guys, there's nearly £100,000 just sat there. That is absolutely crazy. But I'll tell you what we will do. I think we will look into... That's alright, isn't it? I like that. I know, like, you have to get the little bits in the adapter, so I do like that. We were looking into 31,000 for that. We're going to be looking into £45,000 buys us that. The basic version. We would need the extension, and we would need to, 24 meters wide is good enough actually. So we would need to spend around £45,500 to buy that. We're going to have to rent it again this year because we are going to need some more lime. Yeah, I'm kind of like at a bit of a stop here because I really don't have much else to do. But there's, we have got the whole of December out of the way. That is and was my main goal. I am going to buy 8 of those in advance because we have pretty much all our fields to lime. I am just going to do this though. I know it's a little bit silly just moving them over to there, but it does make a little sense just to do that. But yeah, do you know what, guys? Ooh, I have contract mod as an error apparently. Didn't know that. That's how often I don't check this. I don't usually need to. Right, is that full? So I can get this out of the way. That is now officially full. I don't think there's anything else needing any fuel. So yeah, we're going to park this, guys. I don't really have anything else I can get done in this episode, so it's going to be a shorter episode than initially planned. But in the next month we will be into January, and I'm hoping in January we will be getting on with well, to be honest, we'll be getting on with that one of these fields. We're going to have to do it no matter what, if the snow's here or not, because I think in March we can start planning. We can start planting. But for now, guys, thank you so much for watching. Been a bit of a weird episode, usually is when it's like this. But yeah, as I say, thank you for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye for now.